Hi beautiful, welcome back to another vlog, another Homebody diaries. This morning I just had like a little chilled, I can't say chilled because I do a lot in the morning. I feel like I don't show that, but obviously I have 4 children and I have a household, so I was just getting on with the few bits I needed to do this morning, just making sure that everything's tidy and nice and neat and prepared for the rest of the day. I do that kind of like every day. So yeah, so I've been reading, right, and in my last blog I was talking about honey and spice. So I was reading Honey and Spice in my last one, and I think I'm just hitting chapter 2. And then I said to myself, how about I read a second book? Because I've read that people read 2 books at the same time or 3 books at the same time. And I read my Bible and I read a book. So that's kind of like 2 technically, right? Technically. So I was like, oh, let me read another book. So I picked up this book, which is the Screw Tape Letters. And I've done a little mini review on this in another vlog. So I was like, oh, let's read this, right? So I'm kind of like, I've got my bookmark in there. I need to get my new bookmarks. This is actually a lot now because I'm using all sorts. I've used like my card, I've got like my little key, my journaling key code, but I need to order some new bookmarks. I'll have a look at some today. Yeah, so the Screw Tape Letters, I was like, oh, let me start reading this, right? And when you're reading it, it's basically about a demon talking to another demon. So a demon uncle is talking to his nephew demon to give him help and how to manage a patient, which is a human on earth, and basically deter him from ever like getting to heaven, right? And so it gives like a little prologue and says, oh, you know, it's not real, there's nothing real about this book and it's all made up and blah blah blah. But I haven't got the word yet, but I'm gonna call it creepy. The book is a little bit, it's a lot, right? And I've only like got to like page 31. So I'm on chapter 7 of the book, right? And I'll probably finish it in a day or 2 because it's really interesting to read. But it's basically about like the demon nephew has got his first person to deter from heaven, and he's getting advice from his uncle. And fair enough, whatever. But some of the stuff shows how simple. Well, first of all, the enemy never stops, right? He never stops prowling, and that's why you have to continuously pray, 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 and pray. But then how simple it is for him to deter the human, or maybe the plans to do so. And so he was saying like, oh, the guy came out of the building and he alerted a newspaper across the road to him, which took his mind off of what he was thinking. I think he was about to pray, or he was thinking about life and stuff. And the newspaper across the road deterred him. How many times have I wanted to do something and then I just found myself on my phone, or I found myself like thinking about something else, or I'm up tidying something because there's a distraction there. And that's something that you need to pray about as well. If you're always constantly being distracted when you know you need to get your work done, or start your business, or read a book, or pray, whatever it is, that's something you need to pray about, because I feel like the book was kind of, I mean, I haven't finished the book, of course, but it's alerting to me how simple it is. The enemy can just sway your mind and sway your thoughts. And we might be thinking, oh, you know, I'm just going to go tidy up, or I'm going to go declutter for the next 2 hours. And we think it's innocent, but then sometimes it's like, wait, hold a minute, I was supposed to be reading my word. I was supposed to be writing something. I was supposed to be delegating this. I was supposed to be doing that. And it's easy to get distracted. And even when he was saying, like when he was talking about prayer, and he was like, the guy was praying about his mum's condition, but the enemy was changing his prayer or something like that to, for him to think about praying, but not praying about the situation and stuff like that. And I was just like, Because I also watched a video on TikTok, and it was talking about sometimes we pray about the thing. Like, say you wanted a car, and you'd be like, okay, I'm praying about the car. But you should be praying about God providing the finances. Like, how can I have the finances or the provision to get more than just a car, to be able to help others or change lives, etc. Right? You're meant to be praying about how God can bless you and hearing from God and seeking God's face, not just like, oh, I need money to do this, or oh, I need to be able to go and do that, or I want a bigger house, or I want whatever. But you're not praying like, God, I need the know-how, I need the knowledge and wisdom to be able to do certain things so that I can provide, so that I'm able to get what I want. It's limitless because you've given me the download, you know. So it just kind of, I feel like every book I read about Christ changes my prayer life just a little bit, just improves and increases, and I think that's amazing for myself, because obviously if you watch the James Kalula testimony, you can't watch that and just be the same. I watched that, and the next day I went into warfare. Well, not the next day, that same day, as soon as it was finished, me and Ash just both went into warfare prayer. And then the next day I was just praying warfare. Like, I learned how to pray differently. I learned how to like specifically pray into certain things, because the enemy never stops. And you know, as long as the enemy doesn't stop, I'm not going to stop. And even if he does stop, I'm still going to keep praying, and I'm still going to keep worshiping God, because I love to do so, and it's changed my life, and I love the way God speaks to me. And I feel like it's so amazing when you look back and see how God has moved in your life, and see how God has changed your perspective on things and awakened you and taken you out of a small place and into a big place. Yeah, it's good. God is good. And you can just never leave him, you know. So anyway, I'm going to finish these two. Well, I'll probably finish this before, and I'll grab another one while I'm still reading this one. This one's good so far. It's just, I think it's a UK based book actually. I'm not too sure, but it's interesting anyway. So yeah, those are my 2 books. I hope you're doing well. How are you? Please let me know how you are. I hope you're doing well. I hope your prayer life is doing well. I hope there aren't any things, I pray that there aren't any things distracting you or taking your mind off where you need to be. No procrastination. And I hope you're doing well as well. But yeah, let me go. I'm gonna go, Ashley bought me some flowers, so I'm gonna go pop those now. With the story of Hannah in 1 Samuel 1, 3 things stand out for me. Hannah trusted and listened to God even when her pain was taken over. She learned to do what was needed in each season. Hard, but when you have vision and faith that God can do more than we could ever imagine, you're able to trust easier. And lastly, remaining faithful in the wait. Hannah stopped being sad once she prayed and gave it to God. Speaking as a person out of pain, I can now say that I've been rescued. I can now worship and pray and focus on God's power. There are tough times, but as long as you have a good habit of turning to God, there's nothing he can't do. So let me give you a quick testimony. I'm here working and going over my bits and bobs, right? And then I was checking my emails and I saw an email from Specsavers. So a little bit of context, I recently got my glasses done so that I changed the lenses because I just had my prescription upgraded. And I have 2 pairs of glasses. I said, oh, let me just redo the lenses so that I don't have to like worry about buying another frame, because I just bought these frames a few months ago and there's nothing wrong with it. Let me just change the lenses. So anyway, I see a video the other day on TikTok, and the woman was talking about she was burning her Versace dressing gowns, her and her husband, and that she had had revelation about certain brands that were a bit demonic or not of God, and she was kind of like clearing everything she had. And she was going through the list of brands that were demonic or that didn't satisfy God's word. And the last brand she mentioned was Marc Jacobs, and I was like, oh, my glasses are from Marc Jacobs, right? Both my glasses are from Marc Jacobs. And I was like, I literally just got these, and I also bought the frames a few months ago. So then I just prayed against anything, because apparently the guy Marc Jacobs had said he was XYZ, and I just prayed against them, and I rebuked it. I covered my glasses, etc. Right? But then I prayed to God, and I said to him, like, Lord, I don't have money to buy another set of glasses, because glasses are not cheap, right? So I said, if I want to change my glasses now, how am I supposed to? I literally just pay for the lenses. I've just got brand new frames, etc. Like, I just need you to help me with that. I'm gonna pray over them for now. When I'm able to, I will get new glasses, right? I left the prayer there, and I gave it to God, and I just covered it, prayed over my glasses, prayed over my other glasses, and then I continued my day. So like literally 2 days later is today, and I was checking my emails, and I see an email from Specsavers talking about, you have got a golden ticket to have 50% off the second pair of glasses you buy. And I was like, what do you mean golden ticket? What's that? I've been with Specsavers for over 20 years, right? I've been wearing glasses since I was young. I have never seen them advertised. I've never heard about no golden ticket. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Either way, God stepped in for me, and he got me 50% off when I buy an additional pair of glasses. God was like, you can have a golden ticket and get yourself some glasses. And it made me laugh. I feel like when God does stuff things for me, it makes me giggle. I'll be laughing for days, because I'm so astonished and surprised at how God can move. And if he can move for the little, he can move for the big, right? I know it's just glasses. It may just be glasses to you, but to me, God's showing me that he was listening to my prayers, and he heard me, and he's got me covered. And it's like, you're like, I didn't really need a discount. I can actually afford my glasses. It's just like, fine, when you're budgeting your finances, that was going to be an out-of-pocket purchase if I was just supposed to buy the glasses today. Or buy glasses when I saw the video. But for me to pray about it, and for God to send the email, for him to be like, you can have a golden ticket of 50% off, I was just like, why, thank you. So yeah, that's my little mini testimony about my golden ticket. And it's just so cute. Like, he's done this before, where he's changed my name on a document, and the only thing that was correct was like my NI number, if you know what that is. In America, that's called your social security number. Yeah. That's all that was right on the details, was my name. And then he gave me like a home. This was a few years ago. Yeah. So like, God can move. So yeah, that's my testimony. I'm going to get back to what I'm doing now. And I just thought I'll share that with you to encourage you that there's nothing too small that you can't pray for. I'm telling you, there's nothing too small. And I'm going to share more of my mini testimonies. I feel like I'll just be like, oh my God, God did this for me. And then I'm quiet. But the whole point of giving God the glory is for you to say every little thing that happens, every little thing that he does, because it encourages someone else to keep on praying for that small, for the medium, and for the big. I've just made some chicken salad with leftover chicken, some lettuce, cucumber, and some pasta. I added some Italian seasoning and some garlic sauce.